Yep.
Good.
All right. Go.
Oh, it is 7 PM on December 30th, 2019, and we're gonna open the administrative board meeting. You roll call, please.
Yep. Trustees Chris Samples,
Here.
John Talbot.
Here.
William Luxinger is absent. Dina Simpson is absent. Jen Christensen.
Here.
Jared Doan is absent. President Rick Worm.
Here.
Treasurer Brenda Onabany.
Here.
And I, Clerk Sandy Monson here.
All right. We're on to the consent agenda.
Oh, great.
Review the items, the long list. Consent agenda number 1 is the November 26, 2019 Administrative Board Minutes, and number 2 is the bill schedule and warrant list dated December 30th, 2019.
I move to place,
Hold on.
oh,
At this time, do any board members wish to remove any item from the consent agenda for further review, discussion? Okay.
I move to place agenda items 1 and 2 inclusively as consent agenda items. Further, I move that all items be considered together as a consent agenda.
Second.
Jen makes a motion to include items 1 and 2 inclusively under the consent agenda. Chris seconds. Is there any discussion? Roll call?
Jen.
Yes.
Jared is absent. John.
Yes.
Dina is absent. Chris.
Yes.
William is absent. Rick, I'm going to call you in case either one of these needs a majority.
Yes.
Rick.
Have a vote.
I move to adopt items 1 and 2 inclusively on the consent agenda in a single group pursuant to the omnibus vote procedures specified in the Illinois Municipal Code.
Easy for you to say.
Second.
Jen makes a motion to adopt items 1 and 2 inclusively on the consent agenda in a single group pursuant to the omnibus vote procedure specified by the Illinois Municipal Code. Chris seconds.
I'm glad you can say that.
I got stuck halfway through that, you heard. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Jared is absent. John.
Yes.
Dina is absent. Chris.
Yes.
William is absent. Jen.
Yes.
And I'm gonna call Rick in case either one of them needs a 4 vote. Rick.
Yes. All right, we have nothing to approve because nothing was removed from the consent agenda. Electrical aggregation. Did you get the rates today?
Because I didn't switch it from the last time we had that on the agenda. It really floats anywhere it wants to.
There it is. I'll bring the bid comparison up top.
No.
That's the one from today?
I'm sorry.
No,
there's
you
a
got a
new
second
one.
one called updated.
There's a new one.
Is
Yeah.
this a third one? Sorry.
No,
No, there's
Why are
only
you
No.
looking at me like that?
no.
No,
I
I
had
thought
to
we
think
have-
about what you were talking about.
All right.
I
try
thought
it
we
again.
approved these last time.
So, okay, so the pumping contract, we sent in, the next morning, we sent in all the contracts. The pumping contract was rejected. The prices are actually only good until 5 PM of the same day that we are voting on them, so we send them in, opening of business the following day. In this case, all the contracts were accepted except for pumping because the bid, or the price had increased. So, we have to.
But we did vote on that one, right?
We did.
All right.
We have to re-vote and choose a new selection
All right.
in order,
Okay, updated.
yes, yes. So now we need to choose
So
another
our
one.
current provider would cost us $42,187 a month,
Yeah,
and then these are the options on here for 1, 2, and 3 years.
yeah. I did ask
What was-
William prior to this meeting what his, thoughts were when he told me he wasn't going to make it, and he said his recommendation would be the Dynegy at 3 years.
Right, which one, because I couldn't.
The second
Right here,
one
Dynegy?
down at
Right, but
3
which
years.
one, because from the
This-
first one you sent us, there was,
There was a slight change, you probably caught it, Constellation 24 months appeared lower,
Okay.
and when I asked why I didn't have a contract for that one, they realized that was an error in
Okay.
their original one, which
I
is why
did
we...
see that.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
which-
why, but I didn't, yeah, okay.
Yeah, 'cause I caught that too, and I was like, well, I don't have a
I'm like,
contract
oh.
for this
I'm like,
one.
oh, we're
So we
going for
currently,
4 months.
we currently have Constellation who came in at .051, these guys are .047. It would drop the bill to $34,420, or right around $7,800 a month.
Say that again, Rick.
So, currently we have Constellation, so
Right,
for a
what
month,
does cost us that?
for a month, we're 42,000. If we choose the one William recommends, which is Dynegy
Right.
at 36 months,
We'd
it
knock
would
it
cost
down.
us $34,420 or $7,800 roughly.
might be yearly.
Yeah, I don't think.
Is that yearly?
Yes.
I don't
Okay,
think
yearly.
that's more.
Yes,
That's-
no.
I thought maybe it was the wastewater plant.
It
Oh, no,
is.
you're right,
It
because it
is.
is, because wastewater's only like
Wait,
2,500 a
wait,
month.
Yeah.
It's only about, yeah.
You're right.
2,500.
I'm sorry.
I heard what you were saying, but you kept moving the thing, so I'm like,
I was just scrolling up to this one and back
Yeah.
down to this one. So, I'm sorry, that is annual,
right,
you were correct.
yearly.
Year. I was thinking,
Monthly.
No, it says
No.
February 19th to February 20th.
I'm like, dang.
Still, it's almost $8,000 savings, or just over 7 if you wanna look at it that way.
Wow.
Yes, you can.
You know, didn't we, never mind, I can't remember who we approved for the other one.
Constellation.
And we were gonna
But it
go with
doesn't matter.
Constellation again, even though it was a little bit more,
Mhm.
but when, in reality, they decided to change it even more.
Mhm.
Alright, then I'm with William, I'll go with
Yep.
Dynegy.
Yep,
So
Dynegy.
we need a motion and a
motion?
second, for 3 years.
You, me, who?
I was waiting for him to stop talking, I figured I'd
Go
forget
ahead.
something. I will make a motion.
Dean is here at 7:08.
Sit down
Take your time.
Take your time. No, go ahead.
and, these are the new rates.
Oh,
For the pumping.
the
Well, William-
pumping contract got rejected, so we have to rebid the pumping for the electrical aggregation.
William's recommendation is this one,
Yeah. the-
34,402,
It is the
Cause
cheapest.
it would drop it down $8,000 a year.
a year.
Uh-huh.
Wow,
you know.
that sounds
I love
unheard
when
of.
you make mistakes.
Did you-
A
did you-
a month, sounds good.
Yes, you can. Hold on, Chris was gonna have a,
All right,
catch
oh well.
Tina up to speed.
Thank
before
you,
we
I'm
make
so
a motion.
sorry.
No, you're fine.
I appreciate that.
That's the current rates on the pumping. William couldn't be here. His recommendation was the 3 years on the Dynegy. Constellation is who we approved last time, even though they were slightly higher, it would have put all our bills together. However,
Right.
when we put the contract in, they rejected it because the rate had increased overnight. And so, now the recommendation is for Dynegy at the 3 years.
Because that's a huge amount, I mean, yeah, okay, super.
Okay, Jen.
Thank you, Jen, sorry.
I do
No,
need
it's
that
okay.
back by the end of the meeting.
Can I use it?
It belongs in my board packet.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the Dynegy Energy 3-year, or 36 months at .04795 for the pumping services.
Second.
Was that John?
Yes.
So Jen makes a motion to approve the bid from Dynegy for 36 months at .04795. John seconds. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
John?
Yes.
Dina?
Yes,
Chris?
Yes.
William is absent. Jen?
Yes.
Jared? Is absent.
Okay, move on. All right, that passed at 7:10. Move on to the clerk.
The only thing I have on here is it is our favorite time of year. We need to review closed session minutes due to my unexpected absences from the office. We are running a little behind. So I need everybody to make, time to meet me before January 17th. If I do not have everybody reviewed by January 17th during the meeting on January 21st, we will, as a group, go into closed session and review each minutes individually. So,
I did it with you already, right?
that was 6 months ago. Time has
Okay.
flown.
All right.
So sometime between now
My
and January
mistake.
17th, I need to see everybody to review closed session minutes. So just call me, text me, we can find time.
and will you do like how you always help when I always ask, is that litigation there, is this like, will you?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you.
Brenda?
Doing, year-end closeout things. It would go faster if the software would work better, but besides that, they're just going. Not
And that's-
smooth or anything, but they're just going.
Software is,
MSI.
are you still working on the quotes for better?
Yes, I
De-
emailed one
definitely
again
today I
this
was
morning.
It's been a very stressful 3 days, actually.
Yes.
So I came in on Saturday and that was, I had to stop.
All right,
Yeah.
anything else?
No.
We'll find something for you.
All right, community development events,
I have nothing.
finance isn't here, we have any ratification of emergency expenditures?
We have done.
Okay, ordinance enforcement's not here, parks,
Nothing this evening, other than I did get an update from, Nathan. I can just, let me find it real quick.
guess I can get that out of there now.
Basically, Nathan wanted to let us know that, some of the activities he's accomplished over the past month. He, got his CDL, Class B permit, and took a practice drive with Brett in the big truck. He will take the road test next week. He started an inventory of the trees in the park. He's about halfway through. He's estimating about 500 trees when he's done, mostly spruce. He's gonna look at the diversity and the maintenance needs of our trees. He's removed, some of the dead ash trees throughout the park areas. They've begun the mulching work around the trees. He is in the process of checking the park buildings weekly, and he's doing some of the housekeeping work, including taking out the trash. He's working on annual equipment maintenance, and he's getting bids for the 2020 contract of equipment purchases, cleaning, inventory, and organizing the park shop. I responded to him simply by saying, glad to see all the progress and things moving forward as we had talked about. I will update the board this evening.
Which you did.
And
If
I did
nobody
that.
has been to that park shop, I highly recommend you take a gander out there. It is looking really.
Looking a little organized.
It is, it's looking really nice out there.
So we actually know what we have.
Yes, but it's looking really nice, so.
So from the reading of that, so he did already get a CDL, or?
Yeah, he did,
Okay.
he's just taking.
So it saw, like, it said what he
No,
was doing,
he
but,
doesn't
Permit.
Permit,
But you are
okay.
not allowed to take your test for 2 weeks after you get your CDL
Oh,
permit,
wow.
and so he's he's in the.
Waiting on the road
period.
test.
Yeah,
Meaning
Good
pass
for
the
him.
written.
yes, he passed the written test.
You just wait, road test is all he has left.
good for
Is
him.
he testing tonight?
No.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, he is 2 weeks from from after he gets his permit before he can get a CDL.
Tell him good luck. Very cool.
That's all I have.
All right, streets,
Not a lot, Fergie and I are going over projects for next year and, discussing them with several engineering firms. Till we have more information, I don't have a whole lot.
all right, anything further?
Nope.
Utilities?
So Fergie couldn't be here tonight due to the weather outside.
Obviously.
He did ask me earlier today to email all of you some information on the well two vibration. He did ask that I just let you know, please read it. I'll put it in the board packet again next week, but he will be here next week to talk about it. There's really no action that needs to be taken on it at this time anyway. And then next week's discussion will also include the invoice that we received for the work. So just keep that in mind when reading, everything. But if you don't mind reading the materials anyway, he will discuss them next week.
I already read it, isn't that what they had told us before?
That's kind of the
That's-
same
It is.
stuff.
Alright.
Very similar.
Yeah, but this is from the company that, this is.
Second company?
Yeah, this is the secondary.
This is a secondary company that, so like, we're talking to this company about working on it in terms of the other company that billed us that still
Yeah.
has
Yeah,
problems,
yeah.
right?
It was Cahoy,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Cahoy
so
was the one.
Cahoy was the one who did the work. Municipal Well has come in to look at it. This is their findings.
Okay.
So Fergie will discuss it more next week.
Anything further?
Not that I'm aware of.
Anybody have anything on economic development? All right.
Your public comment is at the top.
Oh, it is, I missed that completely. I jumped over it. Public,
You just,
please turn the microphone on. Is it, the button's facing straight up on the
Yep.
side?
It'll turn green when it's
Circle.
on.
Push the
It's
circle.
on, yeah, there you go.
Oh, it's got it. Did it turn?
Thump it.
Nope.
Nope.
Try it
Push
again.
again until it turns green.
You might have to hold it.
Alright. Ah,
Oh, there.
Grab the other mic.
Yeah,
Let me grab the other mic.
yeah, the other one might be.
Oh,
There it goes.
oh,
No,
there
that
it
was-
goes.
Oh,
That was
thanks,
fine.
Chris.
That's so bad.
I just wanted to hear the difference of when that worked.
It's like you said, it's not working either.
Are the two side boxes on?
We can just turn Williams around. We could just take it off.
There we go.
No?
Okay.
Somebody didn't turn them on.
I wonder who's that?
Like,
Who
oh,
was that?
per month.
Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas to you too.
Happy New Year. My name is Stephen Boho. I'm the owner of 3B's Used Auto Parts at 14035 Route 72, East Route 72, right on the southeast corner. I reside in Crystal Lake, Illinois. I'm here for my public comment to clear the air a little bit on what's going on with my project. We are constructing an 8,000 square foot building right now. State of the art. Our business is auto recycling or auto dismantling. And the main scope of our project, or the purpose of our project, is to provide a more professional appearance on the corner and be able to incorporate that inside our new building where we can operate more efficiently and more in a modern-like auto recycling way, which I have 35 years experience at other facilities that I operate. I've had a couple informal meetings with the village, and we kind of hit an impasse of misunderstanding that I assure you is totally, if there's any fault of mine, it was totally accidental. And the reason that I felt that that's important to convey is because I value the relationship and the goodwill that I have with the Village of Davis Junction. I believe that it's a very symbiotic, if that's the right word, relationship that we have. And we've had those discussions here in our informal meetings. We got all of our permits and all of our zoning done through Ogle County because we are not, as of this time, part of the Village of Davis Junction. We went ahead and applied and got our well permit, and not knowing that there was some concern from the Village of Davis Junction. When I was notified of that concern, even though I had a permit, I immediately stopped the construction of the well. But the purpose of my public comment today is the financial viability of my project depends on moving forward on what the options are that are best for us and my business, and hopefully best for the village to pursue. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to clear the air, and to make sure to reaffirm my commitment to the relationship that I worked pretty hard to garner the good relationship with the village, and that I hope was not jeopardized by whatever which I still don't really quite understand, but I'm sure we can discuss this stuff and get this stuff ironed out and come up with a solution that's best for everybody.
So I have been working or having conversations with Steve since 2011 when I sat on planning and zoning is when I first met Steve. So I've known him for quite some time now. The issue that occurred is I met informally with William and Steve, and we kind of just discussed what his project was, and we're very excited for him. He has done, I don't know if you guys have noticed, since Steve took back over the property, 5 years ago? The fence has been remodeled.
It looks great.
It looks
so much
fantastic
better.
out there. And
Much
so we
better.
have greatly appreciated all the work that he put in. And so William and I our understanding when we left the meeting was that you were just going to use the existing well, and so we didn't really see anything about water. We talked about sewer not being a viable option because it's uphill and under 72, and so we talked about those things. And then we noticed that Ogle County had given him a permit for a well, and so I did have a conversation with Ogle County, and I personally put kind of the onus there because last year, we had somebody in that same vicinity who Ogle County refused to allow to put a well in until we had given clearance. And so it was kind of mind-boggling to me how a property in that same vicinity gets treated one way and you were treated another way. But as soon as we contacted them and said, hold on, what's happening? Why didn't you contact us like you did the last property? They recommended that we send you the letter. That was the purpose of the letter. So we sent Steve a letter asking him to just stop drilling, and he did so. And, at this point, I guess the conversation needs to be how he's going to connect to the village water.
So there is the hydrant right on the corner on your property.
Yeah.
So I mean, there should be water supply sufficient to run what you're gonna run. It's just a matter of, we'll probably set, I mean, we can get Dina involved with Brett and figure out where it's gonna connect and how to connect, and that'd probably be the easiest thing.
Yeah, and that,
I mean, really, it's just gonna be connecting out to that hydrant, to the water main out there.
you can take that out of there if you want to.
Yeah,
sit
you
down
don't,
with it.
hey, you can sit down and relax.
There you go.
It probably is pretty obvious to the board that if I knew that that was, how simple it would be, why wouldn't I do that?
Right.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I do that? The well is expensive.
Yeah.
It's not a cheap undertaking, plus, even though a water bill will come every month, a well comes with maintenance, and a well comes with service and all that other kind of stuff, and a well is not as, dependable.
Around here, wells come with iron, lots of it.
as treated, city water. So, I don't think that comment needed to be made, but at least know that I understand that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think, is it a state law that you can't, that you need to hook up to the?
So if you are within a certain it's Ogle County's ordinance. If you are within a certain vicinity of a municipality, you first have to give them you have to connect to them first unless it's not
Feasible to do
feasible.
so,
And
which is what
which is what we ran
situation
into
was we ran
last
into.
year.
I
It
remember
wasn't
that.
feasible.
I remember that.
In this scenario, the sewer is not really feasible, but the water is. And so the sewer, from my understanding from William and Rick, was that it's uphill across 72, just not a viable option at this point to force somebody to do that.
It would be-
But water really is, because it's right there. So it's Ogle County's ordinance.
Got it.
But we will definitely work with you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then, maybe somebody can get in touch with me, or how should we,
Yeah. After the meeting, I'll make
consummate
sure
this?
that I get you Dina's card and my card and Fergie's card, and we'll kind of talk about what the,
I've got everybody's card.
you have Dina's?
I do. I do.
All right.
Did you pick them all out they got?
No,
So,
you're on the website.
yes,
So-
she is.
Well, and unfortunately, when this whole thing happened, we left Dina out of the loop.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, I might suggest, I mean, and it's perfectly fine, but I was probably the only one that wasn't involved in this, so it might be best to continue to either work with whoever is, or I can do whatever, but I also,
We didn't really have a trustee involved. The only person that was involved was President Pro Tem, but as President Pro Tem.
Because I was out,
Yeah,
and,
so we do not have a trustee connected to that project.
Just out of curiosity, what is the, cost of installing a well yourself?
$7,500 to $10,000.
yeah, I was gonna say, if it is residential, it's about 12.
And of a lot of it is the well driller is gonna need to be paid.
and that's
And-
pretty shallow, isn't it?
Say, what's the depth, because that would be the next thing.
This is a little bit of a guess, but I thought it was 75 feet. 75 feet.
So you were gonna install it, you already have a well, I assume, right?
Yes, the well that I have from the old building is old. It's very old. And that well, the permit was to drill a new well and cap the old well. To abandon and cap the old well.
Got it.
Is the red house staying, or is that going to?
Oh, the red house is going.
He says with a smile on his face.
Well, remember, Jen, the whole mindset of the project is to upscale that corner. It looks terrible now. Because I had to put up security fencing, and it's see-through, and it's like
But you
running
know
around
what?
without your clothes on.
I know you think it looks bad, but it looks so much better than what it ever used to.
And the, one of the buildings was redone, totally refurbished, reskinned, looks really, really good. And then the other building will be a match to that, and then the house will go down.
I'm glad you guys are there, because about 3 weeks ago, you were the only ones that had a complete jack for a Chevy Express van.
Oh, you were over there?
I was.
Oh, you were?
I love those places.
I said, yeah,
See,
my son frequents your, yes.
A few years ago, I inadvertently offended you, I guess, would be about the best way to put it, and I referred to it as a junkyard.
Yes.
And I didn't, I don't, and I truly don't mean anything bad about that, because I love those places.
When I was going through the zoning with, Ogle County, their books, their guidebooks referred to it as a junkyard.
Right.
And I kept trying to get away
Like
from it.
When I first
It's just
arrived
what-
tonight, I saw you sitting out there, I made sure I said, auto recycling, and, 'cause I love going around, stomping around those places and finding parts. It's fun.
I'm happy to, yeah.
I do have a question. So like, the well, the business that came to dig the well, did they already finish their stuff? Or how far into that project were you already?
They did not pump anything yet. So I think the drilling is pretty much completed. I have to check with that.
Just curious.
But we would have to cap that and abandon that.
Yeah.
If we were if the option that we were gonna, agree on was to hook up. Was to hook up to the city water, and it sounds 99% like that's gonna be the option.
Okay.
If I can end on one other thing, I know that the recommendation, Sandy, was to send the attorney letter.
Yeah.
It was devastating. Rick, you were at my place, and I also, I'm not always available, but you have my phone number for in the future. And my manager there is Paul, who you don't have to remember, but you can always, if there's ever any concern about, even if there's garbage in the ditch or anything, I'll be all over it. I will handle it. I'll get it taken care of, because that's how I operate. Nip it in the bud before it becomes a big problem.
Yeah, and I'm aware that I do have his number if anybody ever needs it. I have your number and Paul's number, but, the letter was sent because Ogle County told us that that's the step.
I understand much better now. I'm glad they explained that.
Yes.
Okay. I look forward to working with you, Dina.
I look forward to working with you too, and, I will tell you, if my son finds out, Justin will be like, my son is 18, and he is there often. So like, he's all over this, like, what's going on there, Mom? What's going on? And he loves coming there because he constantly is working on vehicles. So he'll be thrilled to death to know we're working together, so.
I hope we're doing a good job.
No, seriously, when I drive by there, and I still think the same thing that Jen had already said, when you drive by there, or even when we've been in there to do something on a personal level in terms of going in there to buy something or look for something, and I don't know if it's Paul who's in there, has been phenomenal. I mean, he'll call Justin and say, hey, we found those running boards for you, or whatever. So like, not only just how it looks, but the business itself, phenomenal.
You can count us to continue that, and it was just so lucky that I found out that you guys had a board meeting today.
I'm glad
so
you came.
glad that I came.
I'm
I
glad you
really
came.
am.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you did too.
Anybody else have any questions?
Just as long as you have his number and everything like that, then I'll have it.
I
yeah.
do, I'll get it to you, and then you said you have her number.
How about we try to meet next week sometime?
We could do that as
Yeah.
long as you don't mind me doing it like right after school. I can stop by.
Oh, absolutely.
That'd be great.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Super.
you.
All right.
Have a great New Year.
Thanks, Steve.
you.
So are we.
Bye, Steve.
Thank you so much.
Anything further from board members?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
John makes a motion to adjourn, Chris seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign.
Nobody's.
We are adjourned for the last time in 2019 at 7:30 PM.
Happy New Year,
So weird,
everybody.
right?
See you
Happy
next